straightway took his journey.
Right. So how did he determine how many talents did he give somebody? According to what? Their ability. So the Most High already determined what you are able to do before he even gave you the talent. Everybody understand that? The Most High knows what you're able to do before he gave you the talent. He said he gave it to you according to your abilities. He says, yeah, he can do that. I'll give him that. Right? Because I know he can do something with that. Right? So we can't ever doubt in our talents because somebody already reckoned, the Most High already reckoned our abilities before he gave it to us. They already reckoned it. Let's read.
Verse 16. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents.
Right. So he took the talents that he gave him and he traded with the same. He took those 5 and he started working with them. And what he ended up with? 10. Right? Read on.
And likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained other 2.
He also gained another 2. So he went from having 2 to having what? 4. So what he did, he doubled it, right? Right? That's what we're looking at. That increase is a doubling. That's the kind of increase that coming from the Most High. You double it. Everybody understand that? Right? We double it, then we double it. That's how the Most High, that's his spirit work. Okay? We don't creep along. We double and then double. All right? Let's read.
But he that had received 1,
right,
went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money.
Right. So the one that received 1 didn't double it. He hid it. Right. Why do you think he hid it? Why do you think he hid it? What would be the reason that you would hide it? You don't want to lose it. Right? You don't want to lose it. But sometimes you're afraid of losing it, you don't use it. Right? Because you holding on to it. Right? He didn't think much of it? It could be a possibility, but we'll see how it works out. Right? You see if that's the case. Right? That's a thought pattern, though. Maybe he didn't think much of it. So I said, you know what, I'll take this and I'll bury it in the earth. Because usually, what do people do? When we learn growing up, when they do a treasure, what do they do with treasure? They bury it, right? Because that's what they teach people to bury treasure. They say, oh, this is valuable. Let me hide it over here so no one can get to it, right? But in that thought pattern, you buried it. You can't get to it either, right? So you're doing nothing with it. And nobody else doing nothing with it. It was you moving out of fear. The Most High don't give us the spirit of fear. Only thing we supposed to fear is him. Right? He's supposed to consume and use all our fear up, and we don't have nothing left for anybody else or anything else. All right? Let's read.
Verse 19. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them.
Right? So he came back. And he reckoned with them. He spoke with them and saying, okay, I left y'all some talents and stuff. What's going on? All right, read on.
And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
Right. So if you're faithful over a few things, the Most High will deliver you many things. Right? What does it mean to be faithful? What does it mean to be faithful? What does that mean? Responsible. Okay. Expound. Give me more.
When you have faith in something, you take the proper actions to make sure that it's done. So if I say I'm coming to your house and your house is not clean, because you believe I'm coming, you're going to get up and clean up. You're going to take all the proper actions that shows faith that something's going to come forth out of it.
That's going to happen, right? Something is going to happen. That shows faith, right? That you know this is going to happen, right? We know the definition of faith, right? What is the definition of faith?
Things not seen.
That's right. The substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews
11 and 1.
11 and 1. All right. So we're going to see that manifest over and over in your life. Are you moving in faith? Are you worried? Are you waiting to see something and then move? Because a lot of people say, well, when I get this, then I'll do that. Right? That's not moving in faith. You're waiting to get something to then do something. Right? If you can do it knowing that this is coming, why not do it now? Right? That's when they're moving in faith. Everybody understand that? You know, you reckon this thing is coming and you got faith in it. Why not move that way now? Why am I waiting? What am I waiting for? You're waiting to get the doubt out. That's what you're doing, right? That doubt is in your spirit. Okay, let's read.
Verse 22.
Uh-huh.
He also that had received 2 talents
Uh-huh.
came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents.
Uh-huh.
Behold, I have gained 2 other talents besides them.
Read.
His Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
Right, so he got the exact same blessing as the one that got 5 talents. Everybody see that? Not because he had 2 talents mean he was less. It's what you do with it. He did the same thing with what the Most High gave him. And that is what acceptable in the sight of the Most High. Right? It's acceptable. Right? Some people have many talents. Some people might have 2. You just might have 1. Right? But if you multiply that 1, the Most High said that's acceptable in his sight. Everybody understand that? We can't sit on it. All right? I hear people say, I'm waiting for the kingdom for certain things. Well, in the kingdom, I'm going to do that. Right? That's insane. I hear that statement. I'll be like, well, how do you know you're going to get there? Right? If you can do it now, why are you waiting for the kingdom? If it's good now, would it not be good then? Maury. That's right. That's right. That would be the right answer, right? Right. And at hand, and where is it? At hand, where? Is it over in Israel? Is it on a mountain somewhere? Where is it? That's right. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Because the move in faith is to understand Luke 17, right? And what he meant. Right.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 21.
Con.
Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there.
Matter of fact, start with 20.
Verse 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees,
That's right.
when the kingdom of the Most High should come,
Right.
he answered them and said,
This is how we answered them. Read.
the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation.
Right.
Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there.
Right. So you can't sit back and observe the kingdom come. Okay, it's almost here now. It's arriving, like you're looking for the bus to come. Right? It doesn't work that way. Read on.
For behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you.
Where is it?
Is within you.
It's already within you. It's already within you. But if you buried in the ground, just by like, how are you buried in the ground? You learn all this information and do what? Nothing. Right? And do nothing. You buried in the ground. When you're supposed to be manifesting all this light and all this righteousness, all this goodness that you're reading, you're doing none of it. The scriptures is giving you instruction and you're ignoring it. All right. That you're moving as if you're afraid to use the talent, the knowledge, the understanding, the drive that the Most High is giving you. All right. When someone is given instruction, remember the Torah has 2 meanings because it's law, but the other meaning of the word Torah is instruction, right? If somebody give you instruction and then you don't do anything, what good is the instruction, right? There's no good. What's the sense of keep reading the instructions, right? I always use the example, you get a wall unit and it come with a list of instructions, right? You go to IKEA, they give you a whole wall unit in a small box about this big, right? And they give you until you get a screwdriver because you're gonna be there for a while, right? And you read the instructions and then you never put it together. What good is it you reading the instructions? What good is you making the purchase? Right? To no avail. You got nothing out of it. Right? You got nothing out of it. So we understanding that this kingdom that we reading about, that we study about, every week we're going over elements and understandings of the kingdom is for you to now manifest it now. Does everybody understand that? Don't wait for the kingdom. Right? But you be waiting on a bus that ain't coming, man. Right? Don't wait for the kingdom. Right? Because then you might be waiting on it and then it won't right past you. Right? But manifest these things now. Let's go back to Matthew's. Let's get the full understanding.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 24.
Uh-huh.
Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man,
right?
Reaping where thou hast not sown,
right?
And gathering where thou hast not strawed,
right?
And I was afraid and wit and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant.
Thou what?
Thou wicked and slothful servant.
So his excuses for not doing anything with his talent was what? What type of person was he saying he was? Right? What was he fearing? A hard man. Sis, he was afraid to mess up. Right. He was afraid to mess up. He was afraid to lose it. He was afraid to do the wrong thing. So then what? You then paralysis. You don't go, you don't do nothing. Right? Listen, man, in this walk, there's going to be a lot of naysayers, gangsayers, people that are going to say you wrong. Right? If you don't say nothing, they can't say you wrong. Right? But if you go forth and do this work, right, then they're going to have something to say. They might understand that? They're going to have something to say, but it's okay. Because you're on the walk that the Most High has put you on. Right? You're relying on his word to guide you. Right? If the naysayers, they're going to speak, man. It is what it is. Right? We're going to go forward. We're going to give the word of Yah. They're going to come against us just like they came against Amashak Yahweh. But we're not going to let that prevent us from doing this work. Hallelujah. Yeah. And that goes for all of us in every aspect of our life. Right? Perform that is right in the sight of the Most High. Don't worry about what anybody got to say. Right? Because it's worse to what? To disappoint our King. Right? Our Lord than disappoint somebody. Right? They'll get over it. The Most High may not get over it. Right? Right? So he's saying he was afraid through the spirit of fear, which the Most High, like we say, didn't give us, to make a move with the talent. That he hit it in the ground and gave it right back to him. And the Most High said, you are wicked and slothful servant, because he lacked faith. That's why he did that, because he lacked faith. He didn't think that the Most High gave him something that he can do something with. Right? Let's read.
Thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not.
Right?
And gather where I have not strawed.
So he said, you know me. You know how I get down. Right? Read on.
Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchanger.
So you should have went there and made something happen. The fear is supposed to move you, not keep you still. Everybody understand that? It's supposed to move you. If you know the Most High is that type of power that's going to bring judgment, then how could you not do what the Most High told you to do? The fear is supposed to push you to do it. We can make 1,000 excuses why not to do something, right? But the only excuse you can have for doing it is your fear of the Most High. That's why you do it. That's why you're here. That's why you got up. That's why you got here. All right. I know some of you might have had hurdles to jump over and situations and things, but you got here because the fear of the Most High is supposed to drive you to do what you're supposed to do. Right? That you've reckoned that you're supposed to do within your spirit, within this word, what you have read. Right? It says 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the what? Sabbath, right? So he already told us what to do. In it, thou shalt not do any work. Thou nor thy son, manservant, maidservant, ox, donkey, right? Anything that is, right? So all these things that's within your life, it pauses for the Sabbath, right? So the Sabbath should never be a burden on you. You should be driven to do this, along with whatever other thing the Most High has put in your hand to do, right? In His name. Let's read.
And then at my coming, I should have received mine own with usury.
Right.
Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which have 10 talents.
Mm-hmm.
For unto every one that hath shall be given,
Right.
and he shall have abundance.
Come on.
But from him that hath not,
Right.
shall be taken away.
When he said have not what? For everybody that have will give more, but they that have not won't get. Have not what? Nope. Faith. What else? Faith is one, right? What's faith? Without what is faith dead? Without what? Works. Right? So if you don't have those faithful works, he's going to take from you what he gave you. Because you have no faithful work with it. Everybody understand that? You have to use the faith you have. It has to manifest its way in works. And if you have works, the Most High will multiply. If you have no works, he's going to take the faith. He's going to take the little that he gave you away. Right? Proverbs 1 and 7. What does that say? I don't know off the top of my head. That's true. That is true. That is true. But give me is it James? Let me see something. Oh. In fact, no, stay right here. I'm gonna start going into different topics. Stay right here. Let's finish. Let's finish where we at. Stay where you at.
Okay.
Let's finish this.
Okay. But from him that hath not shall be taken away,
Right?
even that which he hath.
Mm-hmm.
And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness.
Into what?
Outer darkness.
Right. So you're gonna cast that unprofitable service into outer darkness. What is that? What is that outer darkness? Where is that at? Sheol. I don't think it's that level, that heavy level. But that's a heavy level. You might go there. But right now, where's the outer darkness? Outside the kingdom. Right outside the door.
Mm-hmm.
Right outside the door. You ain't got to go that far. Right? There's outer darkness right down the street. Right? Right? A lack of light. Right? No righteousness, no law, statute, commandments. You be back out there. All right. Because that's the darkness we came from. All right, let's read.
There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Uh-huh.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
Come on.
And all the holy angels with him.
Come on.
Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Mm-hmm.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
Right.
And he shall separate them one from another.
Come on.
As a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
Let's go.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand.
Come on.
And the goats on the left.
What's going to happen? Read.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand,
Uh-huh.
Come ye blessed of my father,
Come on.
inherit the kingdom, prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Let's go.
For I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat.
Read.
I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink.
Come on.
I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me.
Mm-hmm.
I was in prison, and ye came unto me.
Come on.
Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee and hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink?
Let's go.
When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee?
Mm-hmm.
Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
Mm-hmm.
Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil of his angel and his angels.
That's right. So then anyways, it depart from you, man. So we got to make sure that we're in this work, that we're action, moving, right? We ain't just talking, right? That we are manifesting the things that is written, right? That we're going forth to the people, that you're waking them up, shaking them up, right? And getting them to do what's right in the sight of the Most High. What you got up there? What is the question? Somebody can read the question for me?
Does anyone know what Ariana under UPK originally meant by universal practical knowledge? I understand when growths come out of UPK.
All right. Universal practical knowledge. Okay. Um, I think it's self-explanatory, right? But practical knowledge, practical, what does practical mean? This is stuff you can use daily, right? And this knowledge is something that comes from, scriptures. So it's just a play on words to say, this, what we learn out of the Bible is an everyday usage, right? It's not something that, it's not something angelic in this in the heavens. It's something we can use practically every day, right? So that's when the UPK was, put forth. This was the understanding that we need to change, not just be religious. Stop being so religious. Okay, so this was the understanding of UPK. And it wasn't just Arya. It was other leaders along with Arya at that time. Marsha, Yaiquab, to say just to mention a couple. All right. So with that being said, all right, we're going to get into the portion and know that we got to perform these works. He said, if anyone was in need of clothing, was sick, you were there for them. You were there for the Most High. So we got to be there for each other. Everybody understand that? All right. We got to be there for each other. Brotherhood and sisterhood can't be done. You always bring this out from the comforts of your couch. All right. You have to come outside. Right. You have to come out. Right. You can't be, you could think you're the best brother always, but you're a best brother to who? Right. To yourself. You can't brother yourself. Right. Right. You're a good sister to who? Who will speak of your goodness? Right. Who will speak of your dependability, your accountability? Who will speak of these things? And if no one can speak of these things, whose fault is that? All right? It's on you. Because your faith is without works. Right? Your goodness is without action. All right. So we need to make sure we couple the two to prepare us for the coming of a Mashiach Yahushua. Hallelujah. All right. So let's get Exodus. We're going to go into the portion. The portion for this Shabbat day is Exodus 27 and 20 to Exodus 30 and 10. Exodus 27 and 20.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 27 and verse 20. And thou shalt command the children of Israel that they bring thee pure oil, olive beaten.
Right. I will command the children of Israel. I'm going to start with that understanding. The name of this portion is Tetzavah, right? Which means I will command, right? Now, the Most High doesn't give us suggestions. He gives us commands. Either we follow or we do not, right? Either we do well or we do wrong, right? It's not suggestions, okay? We as men of the Most High have to get that in our spirit and understand that that's how you move in order, right? When things are moving in order, they're moving by way of command. Once the command is seen and understand that it's right and it's righteous, we move with it. Everybody understand that? All right. So we can't have that weak nature that they give us in this kingdom, where you get somebody give you a command and you get feelings, right? And you say, well, that was harsh, right? Or too direct. Or listen, the Most High's Hebrew is a direct language, right? I believe there's no Hebrew word for perhaps or maybe or
Abraham says, Ulai, when the angels get ready to go down to Sodom and Gomorrah,
Khan.
and he was telling them, perhaps,
Right.
such.
Right.
But I
No, there's no maybes.
No maybe.
Either you're doing or not doing it. That's in a question form. Like that. Ulai is like a question, right? But either you going or you're not going, right? You doing or you're not doing, all right? Don't never think you're doing and wanted to do. Well, see, what I was trying to do was, right? And I was fixing to do this, right? But you didn't do it, right? You know, my mind was telling me to do that, but your arm never moved, right? That is unacceptable in the sight of the Most High. Everybody understand that? That's an unacceptable thought pattern. That's something we learned in this kingdom, right? That's something we learned from our oppressor. We got to get it out of our spirit, right? We either going or we not going. Anybody that's part of any productive organization knows that this is what it takes, right? To be productive, you have to move. Okay, let's read.
That they bring thee pure oil, olive beaten, for the light to cause the lamp to burn always.
Come on.
In the tabernacle of the congregation without the veil, which is before the testimony, Aaron and his sons shall order it from evening to morning before the Most High. It shall be a statute forever,
Right.
unto their generations, on the behalf of the children of Israel.
Right. On the behalf of the children of Israel. So this is for the children of Israel, that they have this light, right? That they have the menorah always burning in the temple, right? Because it's a symbolism that fire is lit, that the spirit of the Most High is amongst them. Okay, and it's to do it for the behalf of Israel. All right, let's go. 28:1.
Chapter 28, verse 1. And take thou unto thee Aaron thy brother and his sons with him from among the children of Israel,
Come on.
that he may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aaron's sons.
Come on.
And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty.
For what?
For glory and for beauty.
For glory and for beauty. So they're going to make garments for Aaron and his sons for glory and for beauty. Who are we glorifying? The Most High. All right. So these beautiful garments, it glorifies the Most High. Right. It looks beautiful to man, but it gives glory to the Most High. See, a lot of time we have that separation. We think that the things we do down here, you know, they don't hold weight. Everything we do down here hold weight in the heavens. Everything we do down here holds weight. All right. It's what you're doing it for. Right. Are you doing it to give glory to the Most High or to give glory to man? All right. Hold on and give me Matthew's 5 and 16. Matthew's 5 and 16. Here we go.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 16. Let your light so shine before men.
Before who?
Before men.
He said, let your light shine before man. So man is going to witness your light, your actions, right? What does your light represent? What's the light? The law, the commandments, right? What scripture tells us the light is our law and commandments? Proverbs 6 and verse 23. You don't have to go there. We just write it down. Proverbs 6 and verse 23. All right. So let your light so shine. Go ahead.
That they may see your good works.
Come on.
And glorify your Father.
And do what?
Glorify your Father.
So who gets the glory?
The Most High.
The Most High. They may see your works and glorify the Most High. Not glorify you. Right? You may or may never get that pat on the back. Right? You may never get that great job, right? But it ain't about you. Everybody understand that? When you start doing what when you start looking for that, you're moving away from the Most High. Everybody understand that? When you're looking for that accolade, for that reassurance, that shine, you're moving away from the Most High. We do what we do to glorify our Father. Everybody understand that? If someone gives you some of that shine, then you take it humbly, right? But it ain't for that. Everybody understand that? If someone says great job to water, you say, "Con," right? You say, "Oh, All praise to the Most High.
That's right.
Right? Well, you're in the body, welcome. All right. But the Most High is who gets the glory. Always. All right. Let's read.
Glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Come on.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Right. Because even the law, without the law and the prophets, right? Where's our work? The law and the prophets allow us to know what works to do, right? What should we be doing, right? You can't omit that because then you're omitting the works, right? We had faithful men that came before us and did faithful works. So we could go look at their works, read of their works, and say, "Come, I see how to move in the spirit of the Most High." Everybody understand that? That these things are written aforetime and written for our learning, right? Get the Apocrypha, Baba Kusha. And we're going to go to Oh, 44 verse 1. Ecclesiasticus 44 verse 1. The book of Sirach 44 verse 1.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 44 and verse 1. Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begot us. The Most High hath wrought great glory by them,
Right?
through his great power from the beginning.
The Most High have wrought great glory by them. He has been glorified by their works. Everybody understand that? How great is Moses, right? But the works that was done in the time of Moses, man, right? How great is Abraham, Malka? Matthew 5, 13, 14. All right, we'll look back at that. Right? How great are they for the works that were done and the glory that was given to the Father in their time? Right? Let's read.
Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, men renowned for their power.
Right? Who
Giving
bared rule? Who bared rule? David, Solomon. Right? The things they did that was faithful, that was true, that was right. We to look to those things. Everybody understand that? Read on.
Giving counsel by their understanding and declaring prophecies.
Come on.
Leaders of the people by their counsels.
Read.
And by their knowledge of learning meet for the people.
What? Meet for the people. Come on.
Wise and eloquent in their instructions, such as found out musical tunes and rejected verses in writing. Rich men furnished with ability, living peaceably in their habitations.
Right.
All these were honored in their generations and were the glory of their times.
And were the glory of their time. So, we got to move in the same like spirit. All right. Our forefathers moved. They didn't stay still. When Moses told Abraham to move, he packed up and moved. Literally. Right. So we have to understand that they're an example of how to be in the spirit. Right? They're an example of how to be in the spirit, to do the will of the Most High, to have actions that speak of his way and his will. All right. So that's why they're recorded in scripture and we could reference them and go back there. That's why I said to the law and to the testament. Right? Go back to Matthew 5.
5 and 18.
Come.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law,
right,
till all be fulfilled.
So we do all this work that needs to be done. All the work that needs to be done is done. I know you wanted 14. Yeah. He just read on from where he was at. All right. All right. Right. Lighting a candle and put it under. That's right. I see it, but we're not going to go there. All right, so let's go back to Exodus.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 28 and verse 3.
What's going on there?
And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they may make Aaron's garments to consecrate him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office.
Right. So he put that spirit in men to make everything that's supposed to go on his garment. Okay. He put that spirit in them. Right. He put that talent in them. Right. So they could manifest these garments. Okay. The Most High put that in their spirit. Let's read.
And these are the garments which they shall make.
Come on.
A breastplate and an ephod and a robe and a broidered coat, a mitre and a girdle. And they shall make holy garments for Aaron, thy brothers, and his sons, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office.
Let's go.
And they shall take gold and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen. And they shall make the ephod of gold, of blue, of purple, of scarlet, and fine twined linen with cunning work.
Right.
It shall have the two shoulder pieces thereof, joined at the two edges thereof. And so it shall be joined together. And the curious girdle of the ephod, which is upon it, shall be of the same, according to the work thereof, even of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. And thou shalt take 2 onyx stones and grave on them the names of the children of Israel, 6 of their names on one stone, and the other 6 names of the rest of the other stone, according to their birth, with the work of an engraver in stone. Like the engravings of a signet shalt thou engrave the 2 stones with the names of the children of Israel. Thou shalt make them to be set in ouches of gold.
All right. Go ahead.
And thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the shoulders of the ephod, for stones of memorial unto the children of Israel.
Right.
And Aaron shall bear their names before the Most High upon his 2 shoulders for a memorial.
Right.
And thou shalt make ouches of gold, and 2 chains of pure gold at the ends. Of wreathen work shalt thou make them, and fasten the wreathen chains to the ouches. And thou shalt make the breastplate of judgment with cunning work. After the work of the ephod, thou shalt make it.
Come on.
Of gold, of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine twined linen shalt thou make it.
Right. So you notice these colors are used over and over again. These are our colors. These are our flag colors. Right. What's our colors? Scarlet, blue, and purple are our colors. Okay. All these nations on the earth, they have their flag, They establish their flag, different colors, right? We have our flag as a nation. And our flag consists of red, purple, and blue. Okay, that's your flag. That's you. That represents you. All right. Not red, gold, and green. All right. Not black. Was it black? Was the other one black? Green and red. Yeah, not black, green, and red. That doesn't represent you, right? This is your colors. Okay, this is your colors. Let's read. All right.
4 square it shall be, being doubled.
Excuse the light-skinnedness, right? But this is what the garment looks like. All right, that was set aside for Aaron. So we see the breastplate, right? Could that be blown up a bit? Water. Slide it over. All right, let's read.
4 square it shall be, being doubled.
Right.
A span shall be the length thereof, and a span shall be the breadth thereof. And thou shalt set it in settings of stones, even 4 rows of stones.
Right. How many rows of stones? 4 rows. So from top to bottom, we got 4 rows of stones. Read on.
The first row shall be a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This shall be the first row.
Right. So how many stones in each row? 3. All right. And even the Most High even broke down what stone to put in what row. He didn't leave anything up to your own interpretation. Everybody understand that? He set the men and gave them wisdom on how to build, but he gave them exact instructions on how this thing has to be laid out. And we have to do it correctly, right? Because it's either doing it the right way or the wrong way, right? And we also went over earlier today, Beseder, right? It has to be in order, right? The word Beseder means in order, right? If it's either Beseder or it's not, all right? Let's read.
Verse 18. And the second row shall be an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond.
Right.
And the third row, a liger, an agate, and an amethyst.
Mm-hmm.
And the fourth row, a beryl, and an onyx, and a jasper.
So now, I know growing up, you've seen these stones. They be calling what, birthstones, right? You say, well, what month you born? Okay, that's your birthstone, right? Where did they get that nonsense from, right? That's how early witchcraft has been introduced to you, right? Birthstones and all these different things. That's not the Most High. There's no birthstone. There's the stones of the ephah, the great stones that the Most High put on this earth and then laid them within the ephah, right? Right. There's reasonings for these things, the things that are above us, right? But there's reasonings for it, right? But there's a stone per tribe. So when you go into the tribes, every tribe has a stone for that tribe. Okay. When you go to the history of the tribes, they had a stone that represented them. They had a symbol that represented each tribe. Okay. Those things are revealed to us, the stones, the symbols, okay, that were per tribe, which all 12 come together to represent the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, let's go.
They shall be set in gold in their enclosings.
Verse
21. And the stone shall be with the names of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names, like the engravings of a signet. Every one with his name shall they be according to the 12 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt make upon the breastplate chains at the ends.
Right. So every one shall be what? According to the 12 tribes. So every stone has a tribe. Did everybody understand that? Every tribe has a stone. Okay. So there's complete order in why this is set the way it's set. All right, read.
Of wreathen work of pure gold. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and shalt put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. And thou shalt put the 2 wreathen chains of gold in the 2 rings which are on the ends of the breastplate. And the other 2 ends of the 2 wreathen chains thou shalt fasten in the 2 ouches, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod before it. And thou shalt make 2 rings of gold, and thou shalt put them upon the 2 ends of the breastplate, in the border thereof, which is in the side of the ephod inward. And 2 other rings of gold thou shalt make, and shalt put them on the 2 sides of the ephod underneath towards the forepart thereof, over against the other coupling thereof, above the curious girdle of the ephod. And they shall bind the breastplate by the rings thereof unto the rings of the ephod with a lace of blue, that it may be above the curious girdle of the ephod, and that the breastplate be not loose from the ephod. And Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel in the breastplate of judgment upon his heart when he goeth in unto the holy place for a memorial before the Most High continually. And thou shalt put in the breastplate of judgment the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be upon Aaron's heart when he goeth in before the Most High. And Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before the Most High continually.
Right. They don't show the Urim and the Thummim. Huh? That's it up there? You can't really see it? Okay. All right. Go ahead. We don't.
Verse 31. And thou shalt make the robe of the ephod all of blue, and there shall be an hole in the top of it, in the midst thereof. It shall have a binding of woven work round about the whole of it, as it were the whole of an habergeon, that it be not rent. And beneath upon the hem of it thou shalt make pomegranates of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet round about the hem thereof, and bells of gold between them round about.
All right, so we have the hole. What's the hole in the top for? Trick question. You don't have to go over it. It's a rope, right? But around the collar of that hole it's supposed to be finished, right? So it's strong, so it doesn't tear, it doesn't rip. All right. So this is around the hole that's on the top. So you can put the robe on, your head going through the hole and the robe coming down upon you, and on the hem of the garment. Gosh, these things are getting worse and worse. All right. That look like Caesar Borgia is wearing a damn garment. Golly, can you find one that's not so demonic? All right, so boy, you gotta give me a better one than that. That's I can't even look at that one. Can you find me a better one than that, huh? But it's an abomination right there. Like them, they put Caesar in everything. How they put Caesar in Aaron's garment? Better you give me that one with no face. No, not that dude.
There we go. That's it.
But yeah, that one. But then that one is tie dye. I think it's off too. That's off too. Go back. Go back. Man, you got to put something else in that search. Put like, you know what I'm saying. You know you got to use the word black. You don't use the word black, but they're gonna give you Esau all day. Esau don't got to put the word white, right? We got to put the word black. Because he gonna automatically come up. That looks good from here. we trying to find a good representation. Give it to him. That's a good one. I like that one. You can find that one. That'd be a good one. He's going to get us a good image that we can work with. You know, we can't put Caesar in Aaron's garment. That's not going to fly. All right, pick it up where you at. There it is. Here we go. So this is how Esau get down on his internet, right? He rather put no face than your face. Right? You have no head and hands than have the right head and hands. All right. Well, I tell you, boy, these level white supremacy moves he be making, and our people don't be noticing it. Right? He put Esau 10 different ways in Aaron's garment, but you can't put one Jake in Aaron's garment. All right, let's go.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 28 and verse 34.
Right.
A golden bell and a pomegranate.
Right.
A golden bell and a pomegranate.
Right. So you see at the hem of the garment, those are bells and pomegranates. You know, pomegranate is a fruit that the Most High speaks greatly of. And if you know, nutrition-wise, it's extremely nutritious fruit, the pomegranate. Right. If you consume pomegranate, there's a lot of great vitamins, minerals you get out of pomegranate, but you got to get it freshly, squeezed. Don't just get pomegranate flavoring. That ain't gonna do it, right? So you either eat the actual pomegranate or actually juice that fruit itself. All right. Okay. Sis. Representation of the pomegranate. Yeah, you can see the shield in it. The six-pointed shield. Right. Absolutely. The six-pointed shield is upon a pomegranate. And the pomegranate doesn't represent the shield, but the shield represents the pomegranate. Right? So it's the other way around. Because the pomegranate is a natural occurrence. It's something the Father created and grows in the earth. And then it shows forth that that six-pointed image that is in a lot of nature that the Most High has created. So that is a representation of his creation, the actual shield, the six-pointed image. So it's the other way around. The pomegranate is something that we just revered it as a very powerful fruit, amongst us. So it's just
The size of nutrition value, what it is said, I'm not sure, I've never counted it, but that it has 613 seeds
uh-huh.
inside, even the small parts is 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, okay. I had to investigate that. Absolutely. All right. Let's read.
A golden bell and a pomegranate,
Uh-huh.
a golden bell and a pomegranate upon the hem of the robe round about. And it shall be upon Aaron to minister. And his sound shall be heard when he goeth in unto the holy place before the Most High, and when he cometh out, that he die not.
Right. So as he's walking in and out, you're gonna hear you're gonna hear the bells. As he take every step he take, you hear ching, 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 right? He's going into the holies, he's coming out. Everybody was aware that he was moving. All right, let's read.
And thou shalt make a plate of pure gold, and grave upon it like the engravings of a signet, holiness to the Most High.
Right.
And thou shalt put it on a blue lace, that it may be upon the mitre, upon the Slakia, upon the forefront of the mitre it shall be, and it shall be upon Aaron's forehead.
The forefront of the mitre, right?
Mitre, Khan.
Right. So the forefront of the mitre, this one doesn't really show the mitre in its true essence, but in does it show holiness of the Most High? Yeah, I guess they kind of showing it right there at the forefront of the mitre, right? But that mitre looks a little off right there. But in holiness of the mitre, it would be right here, and it would say holiness of the Most High. What does that mean? Holiness of the Most High. That means separated, right? Holy means what? Separate. So to be separate to the Most High. Why would he die? Anything we do out of order. Let's say if he did it the wrong way, he would die. Because these things are most holy to the Most High. So when things are most holy, you have to do it exactly the way he said it, right? And they say he did it this way, that he died not. So we did exactly what the Father did, so no judgment come upon us. Okay. Let's read.
Verse 38. And it shall be upon Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things which the children of Israel shall hallow in all their holy gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall be always upon his forehead, that they may be accepted before the Most High.
Come on.
And thou shalt embroider the coat of fine linen, and thou shalt make the mitre of fine linen, and thou shalt make the girdle of needlework.
Let's go.
And for Aaron's sons thou shalt make coats, and thou shalt make for them girdles, and bonnets shalt thou make for them, for glory and for beauty.
Right. So then they didn't wear the mitres, but they wear bonnets, like kind of like what Baruch got on, right? That would be considered a bonnet. All right. He's the only one I see that have, maybe similar to what Lion Park got on, right? That's more like a scarf, but a bonnet what goes around the head, right? So sometimes we wear, and you see that wear something that goes around the head. That's a bonnet. A mitre is more like what I have on and what the priest has on. That is a mitre. Okay, so there's a difference of a bonnet and a mitre. A bonnet is just a more simpler headpiece than the mitre, like a headband, like kind of like that's I would consider a bonnet. So like that's like what a bonnet is. Okay, let's read.
Verse 41. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother, and his sons with him, and shalt anoint them, and consecrate them, and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office.
Right. So the Aaron's garment was more elaborate than the son's garment, but they also had garments that were made right in like fashion, but his is just more elaborate than theirs. Let's go.
And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness.
And linen what?
Linen breeches to cover their nakedness.
What are breeches?
Pants.
Pants, right? So you have this robe on, you have to wear pants, or else their nakedness might show. Okay, so that showed you that the robes were open on the sides. Okay, because if the robe was closed, then there'd be no need for breeches to cover their nakedness. Everybody understand that? So that shows that, like you see our garments. One of a brother got a garment on. Shamuala, Baba Kushak, can you stand and show your garment? All right. As you can say, it's open on the sides. Right? You step out of the road for a moment. What out, Captain? All right. So, as Captain Shamuala have on, that's how the garments were. They're open on the sides. That's why you had to have a girdle to hold the garment in place. All right. And he had to have breeches on to hide his nakedness. Because if he didn't have his breeches on, his nakedness would show. Everybody understand that? All right. So we kind of understand. Sometimes people ask us why our garments are set up the way they are. It's according to scripture. All right. It's according to scripture. So we had that understanding. All right. Let's go.
From the loins, even unto the thighs, they shall reach.
Right. From the loins to the thighs, they shall reach. So their breeches need to be at least down to down past their thighs. Right. Cover up their thigh area, cover up their loin area. All right. So, they either, what they call today short pants or long pants. Right. But it couldn't be like really short. All right. They had to have some length to them. All right. Oh, their nakedness might show. Everybody understand that? All right. Let's read.
And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons when they come in unto the tabernacle of the congregation, or when they come near unto the altar to minister in the holy place, that they bear not iniquity and die.
Right.
It shall be a statute forever unto him and his seed after him.
Come on.
Chapter 29 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And this is the thing that thou shalt do unto them, to hallow them, to minister unto me in the priest's office. Take one young bullock and 2 rams without blemish, and unleavened bread, and cakes unleavened, tempered with oil, and wafers unleavened, anointed with oil of wheaten flour shall thou make them. And thou shalt put them into one basket, and bring them in the basket with the bullocks and the 2 rams.
Come on.
And Aaron and his sons thou shalt bring unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shalt wash them with water.
Come on.
And thou shalt take the garments and put upon Aaron the coat and the robe of the ephod and the breastplate, and gird him with the curious girdle of the ephod.
Right. So anytime before they put on their garments, they must wash. Right. They must wash, then put their garment on to go present themselves before the Most High. Right. So you cannot present yourself before the Most High not clean. Everybody understand that? Right. You got to make sure you prepare yourself to go before the Most High. All right. So that's a part of the preparation is to clean. Make sure you clean. Make sure you wash away any filth. Put on your garments, your correct garments, and then present yourself before the Most High. Let's read.
Verse 6. And thou shalt put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre.
Right.
Then shalt thou take the anointing oil and pour it upon his head and anoint him. And thou shalt bring his sons and put coats upon them.
Right.
And thou shalt gird them with girdles, Aaron and his sons, and put the bonnets on them. And the priest's office shall be theirs for a perpetual statute. And thou shalt consecrate Aaron and his sons.
Come on.
And thou shalt cause a bullock to be brought before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the bullock.
Let's go.
And thou shalt kill the bullock before the Most High by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And thou shalt take of the blood of the bullock and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour all the blood beside the bottom of the altar.
Let's go.
And thou shalt take all the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul that is above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and burn them upon the altar.
Let's go.
But the flesh of the bullock and his skin and his dung shalt thou burn with fire without the camp. It is a sin offering.
Right. So that goes out and is burnt somewhere else. All right. Let's go.
Thou shalt also take 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram, and thou shalt slay the ram. And thou shalt take his blood and sprinkle it round about upon the altar. And thou shalt cut the ram in pieces, and wash the inwards of him, and his legs, and put them unto his pieces, and unto his head. And thou shalt burn the whole ram upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto the Most High. It is a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Most High.
Let's go.
And thou shalt take the other ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram. Then shalt thou kill the ram, and take of his blood, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and upon the tip of the right ear of his sons, and upon the thumb of their right hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot.
Come on.
And sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And thou shalt take of the blood that is upon the altar, and of the anointing oil, and sprinkle it upon Aaron, and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon the garments of his sons with him. And he shall be hallowed, and his garments, and his sons garments with him. Also thou shalt take of the ram the fat, and the rump, and the fat that covered the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and the right shoulder, for it is a ram of consecration.
Let's go.
And one loaf of bread, and one cake of oiled bread, and one wafer out of the basket of the unleavened bread that is before the Most High.
Let's go.
And thou shalt put all in the hands of Aaron, and in the hands of his sons, and shalt wave them for a wave offering before the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt receive them of their hands, and burn them upon the altar for a burnt offering, for a sweet savor before the Most High. It is an offering made by fire unto the Most High. And thou shalt take the breast of the ram of Aaron's consecration, and wave it for a wave offering before the Most High. It shall be thy part. And thou shalt sanctify the breast of the wave offering, and the shoulder of the heave offering, which is waved and which is heaved up of the ram of the consecration, even of that which is for Aaron, and of that which is for his sons.
Come on.
And it shall be Aaron's and his sons by a statute forever for the children of Israel, for it is an heave offering. It shall be an heave offering from the children of Israel of the sacrifice of their peace offerings, even their heave offering unto the Most High.
Come on.
And the holy garments of Aaron shall be his sons after him, to be anointed therein, and to be consecrated in them.
Right. So his sons are supposed to move in his stead. After his time passes, Aaron, the idea was that his sons would one day wear his garment, right, and walk in his footsteps, right, because all the priesthood at this time was set up to come out of the lineage of Aaron, all right. The lineage of Aaron was to be the priest of the nation. Everybody understand that? The high priesthood that did the work was only supposed to be out of the lineage of Aaron. Okay. When it was, this is how the Most High said it from the beginning. All right, let's read.
Verse 30. And that son that is a priest in his stead shall put them on 7 days, when he cometh into the tabernacle of the congregation to minister in the holy place. And thou shalt take the ram of the consecration, and see this flesh in the holy place. And Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram, and the bread that is in the basket by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Right, so what they do with this bread and this lamb, they ate it. Because this is the peace offering. The peace offering was consumed by the high priest. All right. So it's something that was given to them, and they were able to eat it and receive it that way. Some offerings, the sin offering, do we eat the sin offering? No. The sin offering is completely burnt up to the Most High. But these offerings was eaten. All right. So some offerings were not eaten, some offerings were not eaten. All right. Even when we eat our food, we offer it up to the Most High. Correct? That's how we eat our food. That's where we get saying grace from, right? When you pray over your food, is you offering up to the Most High before you consume it, okay? If we have beasts in our land and we want to kill the beast before we, because right now we want meat, where we go? To the supermarket. You go to Walmart. The meat is already, you don't know who killed this meat, right? But in our time, we went to kill an animal to consume it, we offered it up to the Most High, okay? And the records that was left here of what the natives, right? The so-called the Cherokees, the Arawat, they had that same custom, right? That they would say they go where the buffalo goes, right? The buffalo is a clean animal. Everybody understand that? They understood that the buffalo was clean, and they would offer it up to the Most High, right? And they would make sure they use every piece of the buffalo because it would be of the not to waste the Most High creature. All right. So that when you read about their history, you see a lot of their history parallels what the Torah says. All right. And what we learned by way of Torah. All right. Read.
Verse 33.
Mhm.
And they shall eat those things wherewith the atonement was made to consecrate and to sanctify them.
Uh-huh.
But a stranger shall not eat thereof,
But a
because
who?
a stranger shall not eat thereof,
Right.
because they are holy.
Right. So when it says a stranger may not eat, what strangers are talking about? When it says stranger may not eat, who's it talking about? Who's the only one that can eat? Which Levites? Only Aaron and his sons were able to eat of these things. Anybody else that was not Aaron or his sons was considered a stranger and should not eat. Okay? So the other Levites, the other tribes could not eat of these offerings. Everybody understand that? All right, but we have to follow this as it is written. Okay? So anyone outside of that group, it's not for you. But these things are most holy unto the Most High. So there's levels to this thing, in other words. There's levels. All right? Go ahead. That's right. That's why it was such a big deal for David to eat of the showbread, because David was not of Aaron and his sons, right? So that's why that was such a out of the ordinary, and it was because of the situation. The Most High showing His mercy and His grace, all right, to show that mercy and grace existed in the Most High, right? And He showed it with David eating the showbread. All right, let's read.
Verse 34. And if aught of the flesh of the consecration or of the bread remain unto the morning, then thou shalt burn the remainder with fire. It shall not be eaten, because it is holy.
Right.
And thus shalt thou do unto Aaron and to his sons according to all things which I have commanded thee. 7 days shalt thou consecrate them. And thou shalt offer every day a bullock for a sin offering for atonement. And thou shalt cleanse the altar when thou hast made an atonement for it. And thou shalt anoint it to sanctify it.
Right, come on.
7 days thou shalt make an atonement for the altar and sanctify it, and it shall be an altar most holy. Whatsoever touches the altar shall be holy.
Right. So now 7 days shall I make an atonement for the altar. So how many days? How could I say? Is there any day that you don't make an atonement for the altar? Huh? Atonement for the altar. Is there any day that you don't make an atonement for the altar? No. Is there any day? That's right. There is no day that you do not make an atonement for the altar. It's only 7 days in a week. All right. So that means every day you make an atonement for the altar. Right? Every day. All right. You don't cease and say, okay, well, today we're not going to do it today. It said 7 days. It's only 7 days. And then you start again. You start back at 1. After you get to 7, you start back at 1. That's called a week in the sight of the Most High. Right? The Most High uses that dispensation of time of 7 many times over. All right. You will see that dispensation of time, which is seven days, 7 months. Right? What's the 7th month? What is it? What is that? The 7th new moon. What is that called? Memorial blowing of the trumpets. Right? What about the 7th year? Year of release. What's the 7 times 7th year? That's the year of Jubilee, right? Where everything is released, right? So that's the 49th year. All right. So we know that everything is by 7s when it comes to dispensation of time with the Most High. All right. So 7 is completion. Then you start again. 7 and start again. All right. Maybe you could a way of remembering that, right? 7 and start again. All right. So, when the Most High is dealing with the completed works, it's 7s. All right. Let's read.
Verse 38. Now this is that which shalt offer upon the altar: 2 lambs of the first year, day by day continually. The one lamb thou shalt offer in the morning, and the other lamb thou shalt offer at even. And with the one lamb 1/10 deal of flour mingled with the 4th part of an hin of beaten oil.
Mhm.
and the fourth part of a hin of wine for a drink offering. And, and the other lamb thou shalt offer at even, and shalt do thereto according to the meat offering of the morning, and according to the drink offering thereof, for a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Most High. This shall be a continual burnt offering throughout your generations. At the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Most High, where I will meet you to speak there unto you. And there I will meet with the children of Israel, and the tabernacle shall be sanctified by my glory.
Come on.
And I will sanctify the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar. I will sanctify also both Aaron and his sons to minister to me in the priest's office.
Mhm.
And I will dwell amongst the children of Israel, and I will be their power. And they shall know that I am the Most High their power, that brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, that I may dwell amongst them. I am the Most High their power.
Right. I am the Most High their power, brought them out of Egypt. So now we're reading about all these sacrifices. We're reading about all these offerings. What do we offer today? Because we don't give up rams and bullocks.
Ourselves.
We represent, we offer ourselves. Give me Romans 12:1.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
Right. Now we present our bodies a living sacrifice, because we're not dealing with the sacrifice of rams and bullocks and these things to the Most High anymore. We still sacrifice rams and bullocks and these different things. Why? You know, you got to eat, right? Right? I hope you ain't eating live animals like them. I'm over there, them Moabites, and you end up with the coronas, right? So you sacrifice animals all the time. Because people say we don't sacrifice. That's a lie. We do sacrifice. Everybody here that eats meat sacrifices, or else you could not eat the meat. Somebody killed the meat, not because somebody killed it for you, meaning that you're not guilty. You're a conspirer, right? Because they killed it because you're going to buy it. All right. So they killed it because you want to eat it. Right. So when we have our own land, we will have to kill our own beasts. Everybody understand that? Like for the Passover, every year we kill our own beasts for the Passover. We don't want nobody killing our beasts for the Passover, because this is most holy day. So we kill our own beasts, sacrifice our own lamb for the Passover. Some people say, oh, you sacrifice it. We're not bringing back the Lord's sacrifice, but everybody, we must sacrifice, or else you will not eat. Okay? So we have to understand what sacrifice, the roles that it plays. We do not sacrifice upon the altar, because we present ourselves that living sacrifice to the Most High today, right? So read that again.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren,
Uh-huh.
by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies
Uh-huh.
a living sacrifice,
Come on.
holy,
How?
holy.
Right. So we got to make sure we rolling in the spirit of the Most High, because we got to represent ourselves holy, right? We can't be unclean, right? We can't present ourselves the wrong way. We must be holy, must be in order. We must be, it got to be Beseda, right? It has to be Beseda, it has to be in order, right? Let's read.
Acceptable unto the Most High.
And this is what's acceptable. Come on.
Which is your reasonable service.
Which is only reasonable compared to what we had to do in times past. This is reasonable. In times past, we had to get the bullock, the ram. It had to be 1 year. Listen, present yourself acceptable. This is only reasonable. How can you just come to the Most High any which way you feel like it? How they say in church, come as you are, right? When the Bible itself, hold that, and give me Sirach. Oh, don't come broke though, right? Come as you are with your wallet. Ain't that the truth, right? Come as you are with your wallet, right? Sirach, yeah, I think it's 18. No, it's 18. 18:23. Sirach 18 verse 23.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 18 and verse 23. Before thou prayest, prepare thyself,
right?
And be not as one that tempteth the Most High.
Right. The Bible says before you pray, prepare yourself, and don't be as one that tempt the Most High. Meaning that when you're going to prepare yourself, bring yourself, present yourself before the Most High, get prepared. There's a day, the day before the Shabbat is called the day of what? Preparation. That you are preparing to present yourself before the Most High on the Shabbat. Every Shabbat, you present yourself before the Most High. This is why the day is called a high holy day. What's high about the day, right? The high, you're heightened on that day. I mean, the Most High is really near us on these days. Every week, the Most High on the seventh day comes to visit and see how we do and see what's going on with us, right? Are we presenting ourselves before the Most High? Are we doing what's right in the sight of the Most High? All right. On all the high holy days, it is so. But so much, we have a Shabbat every week. We end the week off with being presented before the Most High. We must prepare yourself for this day. Okay. We know there's various dress codes that we uphold, right? All for the spirit of preparation to prepare ourselves, to present ourselves before the Most High. It's not for our own vain ideas. It's for righteousness' sake. Everybody understand that? Right? That's why we're not in here in short sandals and tank tops and hold the top. We're not in here just chilling, right? We are preparing ourselves. Your fringes, your borders. Our sisters are adorned and wrapped and modest, and our brothers are fringed and brought before the Most High, ready to sit before the Father. Okay? So this is what we're in practice, or we're in preparation for sitting before the Most High. Okay? Everybody understand that? It's very important that we understand why we do what we do. All right, because then you have that zeal in your spirit to perform it well. All right, so let's go back to Romans. We didn't finish in Romans 12.
Verse 2. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Don't be what?
Be not conformed to this world.
Because this world says you could come anything. It doesn't matter what you got on. Right? Doesn't matter. Oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, the Most High doesn't care. He only what's in your heart. Right? They run this game on you, and a lot of us fall for it. Right? You fall for it. But what's in your heart will manifest on in everything you do. Right? How would I know what's in somebody's heart or their mind? But through their actions. Okay? So if your mind is right, your actions gonna be what? They're gonna be right. All right. We're gonna get there eventually. All right. Not yet. All right. It's good though. You're in the precepts. I see you've been studying. All right. So we have to make sure we're presented. All right. We're presented. And if it's right in your spirit, if your heart is right, your clothes will be right. Your presentation will be right, unless somebody else is dressing you. All right. Right? Unless somebody's dressing you, you don't have control. Your PR person, is the one putting the clothes on you. Then okay, you don't have control. But other than that, we all dress ourselves, okay? So then we should make sure that we're doing this accordingly. All praises. So now continue.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Right? By the renewing of your mind. Come on.
That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
Right, that good, acceptable, perfect will of the Most High. All right, that's on us. And what's perfect? That's right. The law, statutes, and commandments are perfect. All right, they don't need us to improve upon them. They're already perfect in their presentation. So we just have to learn them. All right. So we don't sacrifice animals. We don't sacrifice bullocks, rams. And you know what? Those sacrifices was never, the glory of the Most High. It was something that was given to us to do, but that wasn't his glory, right? How do we know that? Now give me Psalms 51, the 51st Psalm. We're going to get there too.
Psalms 51.
I think 51:16 is it? Let me get there.
16, I think.
16, right?
Without desire not sacrifice.
Right.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 51 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
For thou desirest not sacrifice,
Right.
else would I give it.
Right. The Most High doesn't desire sacrifice. He would have gave that if that's what it was, what he wanted. Read on.
Thou delightest not in burnt offering.
Thou what?
Delightest not in burnt offering.
Right. So we just read about all these burnt offerings, but something that David knew that wasn't the full delight of the Most High. That was something that was given to us for that time. He said, thou delightest not in burnt offerings. Read on.
The sacrifices of the Most High
The sacrifice that the Most High really wants from us, come on,
are a broken spirit,
right?
a broken and a contrite heart.
When we falter with the Most High, He wants you to come to Him with a broken spirit, right? A broken and contrite heart, a heart that wants to do His will, right? A heart that's heartbroken when it doesn't do the will of the Most High. Everybody understand that? Read on.
O Most High, thou wilt not despise.
Right, that He will never despise that. You can't come to the Most High prideful and arrogant. Everybody understand that? That's a heart that's unbroken, that's unbreakable, right? Right? It cannot be led. It cannot be corrected. All right. The heart that got to come to the Most High is that broken heart, that one that's willing to be led, willing to be corrected. Right? Read on.
Do good in thy good pleasure unto Zion.
Right?
Build thou the walls of Jerusalem.
That's right. That's what we pray to the Most High, to build the walls of Jerusalem. Right? Give me Samuel's 2 Samuel 15. 1 Samuel, 15.
1 Samuel.
22, 15. 15, 22. 15, 22.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15 and verse 22.
Come on.
And Samuel said, hath the Most High as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Most High?
Right. Here's a question. Does He like these burnt offerings and these sacrifices as much as He likes obedience? Read on.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
To obey is better than sacrifice. So we're doing what we do is out of a spirit of obedience. Right? The Most High give us a word and we fulfill that word. That is the spirit of obedience. Yashwan. 51, we started with 16 and we read down to like 18, 20, 19. All right. Read 1 Samuel again. 15, 22.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15 and verse 22.
Come on.
And Samuel said, hath the Most High as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Most High?
Right.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams.
Right. And to hearken than the fat of rams. All right. So the bullocks, the rams, the things that we brought, it's better to hearken. Right. These things was given to us as works to show our what? Obedience. It wasn't about the ram or the bullock. It was about the obedience. Everybody understand that? So we have to continue in this spirit of obedience. The things that we got to continue in is being obedient, okay, to what the Father given us. It wasn't about ram and bullocks. It's about obedience. Let's get to Hebrews now. Now we're going to Hebrews. I'm going to go to 10 and 1. We get the full understanding. Hebrews 10, verse 1.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 1.
Come on.
For the law having a shadow of good things to come.
Right. So the law having a shadow of good things to come. So we just read on the law of the bullocks, the rams, and upon the altar, the blood and all that stuff. And that things had to be done meticulously the right way, exact right way, because to show our what level of obedience that we must have with the Most High. That's what we're learning. Obedience. Read.
And not the very image of the things can never, with those sacrifices which they offered year by year, continually make the comers thereunto perfect.
Right. That couldn't perfect us. Right. That was a way of giving us mercy. That was a way of, giving us works, but that wasn't the perfecting of us. Read on.
For then would they not have ceased to be offered?
Come on.
Because that the worshipers once purged should have had no more conscience of sins.
Right.
But in those sacrifices, there is a remembrance again made of sins every year.
Does everybody understand that? That once they were purged, they had no conscience to the sins that they have they committed. Because now they say, okay, I made it to the priest. I gave my rams, my bullocks. I'm good now. Right? So I'm free to go sin again and hurry up and get back over here and get my rams and my bullocks. So I can sin again, get my rams and my bullocks, and sin again and get my rams and my bullocks. This was the thought pattern, showing that they said, as long as they get their sacrifices, they're okay with the Most High. That's not what he required. He required us to be obedient to his law in the first place, right? To do right, so we would not need these sacrifices. Okay, let's read.
For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins.
Come on.
Wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he saith, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not.
Thou what?
Thou wouldest not.
Right. So he let us know not to continue these things. Everybody understand that? That's why we don't continue these things. Not that we decided. He said, thou wouldest not. Right? So, okay, we won't. All right, read on.
But a body hast thou prepared me.
But a body has thou prepared you. So we read in Romans 12:1 that what? That living sacrifice that we must be. Let's go.
In burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin thou hast had no pleasure. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book.
Right.
It is written of me
Right.
to do thy will, O Most High.
Right. So it's written, to do the will of the Most High throughout the whole book. That's why precept must be upon precept, line upon line. You can't just read one part of the Bible and get a full understanding. You have to go throughout the whole Bible to get the full understanding. Everybody understand that? Right? It should be on your, if you haven't done it already, everyone needs to read this Bible from cover to cover. Right? Along with your studying, along with your precepts, along with your research, take the time out to read this Bible from cover to cover. Everybody understand that? That should be in your, if you haven't done it already, and if you've done it already, you can do it again, right? It's very important that you have this within your mind and your spirit, the whole Bible, right? Then you can precept, and your precepts will come and your understanding will elevate. But you have to have this whole thing in you. All right, let's read.
Verse 8. Above, when he said sacrifices and burnt offerings and offerings for sin thou wouldest not,
Right?
neither hadst pleasure therein,
Come on,
which are offered by the law.
read.
Then said he, lo, I come to do thy will, O Most High. He taketh away the first, then he may establish the second,
Right?
by the which we are sanctified through the offering of the body of Hamashiach Yahushai
Right, through
once
the
for all.
offering of the body of a Mashiach Yahushai, we are already sanctified. So we don't have to offer any other bodies or bloods. We are in the book of Hebrews, 10th chapter, right? And what verse you just read? You read
That was number 10.
verse 10. 10 and 10. Hebrews 10 and 10. All right. Read that verse 10 again.
Verse 10. By the which we are sanctified through the offering of the body of Hamashiach Yahushai once for all.
Once for all. So we don't have to offer a body again for our sins. Everybody understand that? This is why when John saw Christ coming, what did he call him? He said, behold the Lamb of God, right? St. John 1:29. Behold the Lamb of God that come. Read that, matter of fact. Read that real quick. St. John 1:29.
This is the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 29.
Come on.
The next day John seeth Yahushai coming unto him,
Right?
and saith, behold, the Lamb of the Most High,
Right?
which taketh away the sin of the world.
Which taketh away the sin of the world. Right? There's a doctrine saying that John wasn't in the truth or didn't have faith in it. I mean, I don't know what kind of nonsense that is, right? John himself is saying he is the Lamb of God that come to take away the sins of where?
Of the world. Of the world.
Of the world. What world? The whole wide world, all the nations. The only ones that was guilty of sin, which are the Israelites, right? Because the Israelites was the only one given the law, right? Law is the sin is a transgression of the law, okay? So we're the ones that's guilty of the sin, right? He gave it to us. He put it in our responsibility to keep his laws, and we fell short. So we're the ones that are paying for that. All right. Slakia, Tizawa, whose internet that's on? On yours? Okay. Hallelujah. All right. Go ahead.
This is he of whom I said, after me cometh a man which is preferred before me,
Mm-hmm.
for he was before me. I knew him not,
Mm-hmm.
but that he should be made manifest to Israel. Therefore am I come baptizing with water.
Therefore have I come baptizing with water. So he only baptized with water. Why? To show you what Yahweh Shai was going to do with his blood. That was the whole purpose of him baptizing with water, right? Was to show you what's going to happen when Yahweh Shai cometh, right? And his spirit, what his shedding of his blood is going to do, is going to wash away those sins, right? And give you a continual washing as you go forth, as you repent and move forward in your life. So that's what he was baptized with water for. He tells the scriptures tell us why he was doing it, what he was doing, and why he was doing it. All right. So we understand why we sacrifice now. Let's go back to Exodus.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 30 and verse 1.
All right.
And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon.
Uh-huh.
Of shittim wood shalt thou make it. A cubit shall be the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof. 4 square shall it be, and 2 cubits shall be the height thereof. The horns thereof shall be of the same.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, the top thereof and the sides thereof round about, and the horns thereof. And thou shalt make unto it a crown of gold round about, and 2 golden rings shalt thou make to it under the crown of it. By the 2 corners thereof, upon the 2 sides of it shalt thou make it, and they shall be for places for the staves to bear it withal.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood and overlay them with gold, and thou shalt put it before the veil that is by the ark of the testimony, before the mercy seat that is over the testimony, where I will meet with thee.
Mm-hmm.
Lamps at even he shall burn the incense upon it, a perpetual incense before the Most High throughout your generations. Mm-hmm. Ye shall offer no strange incense thereon, nor burnt sacrifices, nor meat offerings, neither shall ye pour drink offerings thereon.
Come on.
And Aaron shall make an atonement upon the horns of it once in a year, with the blood of the sin offering of atonements. Once in the year shall he make atonement upon it. Throughout your generations, it is most holy unto the Most High.
Right. It is most holy unto the Most High. And that ends a portion for the Shabbat. They give the Most High a hand. Hallelujah. All right. All praises be to the power rising of Jacob for that portion. A lot of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding came out. A lot of history, a lot of just knowing the reasoning behind much that we do and understand. So at this time, we usually take the break. Before we take the break, we have announcements. I don't see my annunciator here, so I will have to do. Oh, wait, just yet. Captain of 1,000. All right. Well, you're gonna give the announcements. All right. Hallelujah. So Yakanat is gonna do the announcements for the minister Marshall. He is still in transition on his way.
Well, Shalom Yasharallah.
Shalom.
All right. We have a couple announcements. I would like you to take a piece of paper and a pen to write them very quick.
All right. Write it down. Write it down.
All right. Tonight at 7:30, we are going
8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Right. Tonight at 8 o'clock, we are going to celebrate the defeat and death of Nicanor.
Hallelujah.
And for Sunday, 8 or 7:30.
7:30.
For Sunday 7:30, it will be the opening of the Feast of Purim. All right. Now for Monday evening, it will be the closing of the Feast of Purim.
$7:30 also.
All right, 7:30. All right. Now for Monday, March 23rd, it will be our new year. So are you excited about it?
Hallelujah.
Did you keep January 1st?
Nah.
All right. March 20th, 23rd will be the new year. So we are going to keep the new moon here at 7:30. Now, 14 days after that will be what?
Passover.
I can hear you.
Passover.
Okay, now for the Passover, we are going to. Sorry, do you
Go
know
ahead.
this spot we are going to keep it?
Huh?
Oh, this spot.
Yes, we do. Where's priest? You gotta give us the address so we can put it up. Don't worry, priest will give us the address. We'll put it up on it. We'll put it up on the screen.
For the opening spot, we will have it later on for you. But for the Passover, the dues are $50 if you are $50 per person. Now, if you have a family of 4, the price will be $100. But if you have more than 4 in your family, there will be an extra $20.
Per person. Per person extra.
Yeah, pretty much. That $20 will be for the extra person that you have. Meaning that if you have 5 members in your family, you'll have to pay $120.
And this is 12 and above. This is 12 and above.
Yeah, 12 and above.
I need an address. Not 12 people and above. 12 years old and
12
above.
years old and above. Meaning that
12 years old and above. Okay.
now, as you can see, look at this color. Look at these curtains. These will be our colors for the Passover.
Khaki, almost that color. Similar. Red and khaki and gold. All right. You're making them nervous. It's all good. Red, khaki, and gold.
So for you brothers, before you leave, put your name on the piece of paper because the garment will be.
Hold on, y'all passing the wrong paper, man. Give me that paper back. That's not your paper. That's your paper. Give me that. Put that back over here. Yeah. The white out. Yeah, you thought it wrong, huh? Don't worry about you.
No, these are for the elders. These are for the elders. As for us soldiers,
There you go.
this will be our colors.
There you go.
All right, now it is
All
150. 150 is for the garment and the girdle.
And
Now,
the mitri or bonnet.
Cap says the mitri will be
A
for
mitri
an
or
extra-
bonnet.
Yeah, but Cap says the mitri will be for an extra $20.
No, that's in the one.
What's that?
In the one.
Okay, yeah. For the 150, it will be mitri.
Oh no,
or-
for the bonnet. For the bonnet, you're right. Bonnet.
yes, sir.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the girdle and the garment is 150. But if you want to get a mitri or a bonnet, you will have to pay an
No,
extra.
the bonnet comes with the garment.
Yeah, the bonnet
The
comes with
mitri
the
is
garment.
more,
Yeah,
right.
the mitri. Now, if you want to get the mitri too, you have to pay an extra $20.
If you want
Yeah,
the
if you want
mitri.
the mitri.
If you want the mitri.
So, is there any question?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Yeah, pretty much. Please, are we still choosing the same lady?
What we're gonna do for the garments is we have to pass around a paper saying you gotta let us know that you're getting a garment because we don't know if everybody's getting a garment. We don't know who's getting a garment, right? You write down that you're getting a garment, right? You write down whether you need a measurement,
piece of paper.
right? Or if you're measured or not measured. If you need a measurement, we'll send you to get measured. If you don't need a measurement, if you're the same size you was last year, we don't need your measurement, right? But if you expanded your real estate or something, then, or maybe you shrunk it down and you need a different size garment, then you have to get remeasured, right? Or you grew up. Some of you, some of our young ones, got taller over the year, right? So you have to get measured. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pass around a paper that says you put your name if you want a garment, and you put if you need to be measured or not. Okay. Now, as you start to pay for the garments, we will put it down on that same paper that you paid or not paid. All right. So that's going to be our list, right? So we're going to need to know who's getting garments. So just for a basic consensus for the brothers, who in here are getting garments? This year. Let me see how much brothers getting garments this year. All right. All right. So a lot of us are getting garments, some of us are not getting garments. So just keep it in mind. We're gonna pass a list around to know who's getting garments, so we have a count. Okay?
Are the garments just for the soldiers?
No, no, it's for all the men. Like he said, right. So to correct that statement, that's the garment that we're making for the Passover. For the Passover, okay? All right. Sis.
I have a question from Althea. Children under 12, how much is the garment?
That's what I just.
$50, $50, I believe. $50.
Should I put?
$50
Yeah.
to include a bonnet.
Yes. Okay.
Should I put them down? My two children on the payment.
Absolutely. Because everybody has to be accounted for.
You want me to put, you gonna put no one?
Yes, you have to put them. Yeah, we'll put them on. Yeah, we'll put them. All right. Everybody got to be accounted for. Okay.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Oh yeah. $50 for the children. $50 for the children under 12. Right, under 12. Yes. We're not doing baby garments. Sorry, you have to get that for you. Have to get that on your own. We're not doing little baby garments this size. All right. All right. Oh, can I get a little baby garment? No, you cannot get a baby garment. Okay. Slakia. All right. So because we get tie up our the seamstress making little baby garments. All right. So if you want a baby garment, you're gonna have to break out your come to the sewing class. All right. Matter of fact, do remember, don't forget, we have cooking class on March 15th and March 29th. We could write that down too. We'll be right here at the Lot of Zion. Those are Sundays, and it'll be at 10 a.m., I believe. 10? Okay. So at 10 a.m., all right. Sewing and cooking, preceding the sewing on the 15th and the 29th, okay, of March. And those are both Sundays, right here at the LOZ, at Light of Zion, at the school. All right,
Go ahead, Bob.
right.
Can we start the pay now?
Of course.
Yes, you can start to pay now. First, we need a list. Once your name is on the list, we can put down next to your name how much you have paid or compared to how much we'll start to record the payments. Okay. Um, if you're going to pay via Cash App or something to that effect, you have to let me know you're making the payment first, then send it. Okay. If you make the payment on Cash App, you have to put down for my garment. All right. Make it very clear. All right. All right. Don't say something else and confuse me. Put it down for the garment. Because if you send an offering is an offering. Right? If you don't define it, I don't know what you're giving me this money for. It's going to go to the offerings. All right. So please put down for the garment if you're going to use the Cash App. If you're not using the Cash App, you bring in in an envelope. Make sure you hand it to a brother that's going to record it down. Don't just put it in the box, because we don't have to be searching for your payment. Okay, saying, yeah, I gave it, I stuck it in the box. There's a lot of payments in the box, right? Give us a garment, write on the envelope, tell someone, one of the captains, that this is what this is for, so we can have it recorded. Everybody understand that? How much and what it's for. Up here we have the address, right? For the Passover? Right. So the address for the Passover, 2020 Passover with the Light of Zion, will be at 1098 Northeast 40th Court in Oakland Park. All right. That's 1098 Northeast 40th Court, Oakland Park, Florida, 33334. All right. It's called the Jayco, Pastorius Park, right? Do you see something else there? Pastorius? Pastorius? Okay. The Jayco Pastorius Park Community Center. Jayco, Jaco, Pastorius, Pastorius, Park Community Center. 1098 Northeast 40th Court, Oakland Park, 33334. Right, I'm repeating it for our family online, so because they can't see it, right? All right, so I know our family online. It's a Jaco, Jaco. Matter of fact, yeah, can you type it in the comments for them? Yeah, split the screen and type it in the comments. All right, so they have it. All right, so that's the 2020 Passover with the Light of Zion. I know there's other Passovers out there, but if you choose to sit the Passover with your brethren in South Florida, this is where it is. This is where it's at. All right, this is the place to be. But Jaco Pastorius, Pastorius. Go ahead. Torius. What is the deadline to pay for Passover? April 1st. April 1st. So get it in before April 1st, Baba Kusha. Right? For the Passover. Passover dues. We didn't talk about Passover dues yet, did we? Oh, you did? Okay. So it's $100 for a family, $50 for a single person. And if your family is above 4 people, then it's $20 every additional person. All right. So if you want to bring grandmama, right? And Papa and all of them, it's $20 for them. All right. Okay. Deadline for the garments. ASAP on the garments. All right. ASAP. We'll work with you, but we don't want to get payments after March 29th. All right. So we want them. We need them ASAP. Salaki on the short term, right? But this is the time that we have left, so we need to get it done. All right. So please get your garment payments in quick as possible. All right. We'll work with you, but let us know what's happening. Okay. Remember, 150 for the whole garment, everything. If you want something extra, like a mitri, that's extra. But bonnets and the garment, girdle, everything, 150. Okay. All right.
Any more question? Or what, Yashawala? Understand that to pay for the spot and also for the expenses to buy lamps, they are very expensive. So try to get the money to the priest as soon as possible so that we can have that Passover better than last year. Shalom.
All right. Shalom. Hallelujah. I heard the Passover last year was off the chain. Yeah, So that's where we at. Dues, Passover, garments. If you want garment, those online. If you want a garment, you could type it in the. But you have to come down actually to get measured, and we'll see if we can work it out. Let us know via the chat. Let us know via different Facebooks and our communication that's out there. At this time, we're going to take the break. I think there's no other announcements. Any other announcements y'all can think of? I might be forgetting. Your daily oblations, your weekly offerings are always appreciated, and we put them to good use. So continue offering, continue giving your continued support. And with that, enjoy your break. Please be back in their seats by 4 o'clock so we can close out the Shabbat service. All right, hallelujah. I do remember, and don't forget, outside. If you go outside, always go to your right. All right. If you go outside, go to your right, not your left. Children, stay inside.